There was no time to lose. The warning of the messengers echoed in his mind. Flee. Don't look back. Don't stop. His wife and daughters followed close behind, faces tense, hands trembling. Everything they had known was behind them. Every street they had walked, every memory, every corner they once called home. But there was no room for mourning now. Only one outcome remained: salvation or death. Behind them, the city still slept. Its people had no idea that their final hours had already passed. The gates remained open, the torches still burned. And inside the homes were those who had laughed the night before, unaware of what was coming. Lot and his family quickened their pace as the sunlight began to streak the sky with red. But this was not the dawn of a new day. It was the herald of an impending judgment. The wind began to blow with a force that made the walls tremble. A distant sound, like an underground roar, rose over the plain. Something unseen was beginning to move in the heights above. Lot did not dare turn his head. He knew the heavens were about to open. The wind whistled through the empty streets. Dawn rose like a burning blade on the horizon. But it carried no hope, only judgment. Lot's breath came in gasps. Cold sweat ran down his brow. Each step was a farewell. Every meter forward pulled him further from everything he had once called home. His daughters ran beside him. His wife followed closely behind. But something heavier than fear hung in the air. One of the angels grabbed his arm with a strength that could not be resisted. Run! Do not look back. Do not stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will die. The command struck like a stone. There was no turning back. No space for doubt, no room for sorrow. The walls of Sodom lay far behind, but the roar rising from the city signaled that judgment had begun. The ground trembled. A hot, heavy wind surged from the valley like the breath of a buried fire. Time was running out. Lot clenched his teeth and ran. Every part of him screamed not to stop. But behind him, something changed. Footsteps that had once been steady began to falter. A shadow was left behind. His wife's heart was still in Sodom. The wind blew with unusual force, lifting dust and ash along the path. Lot ran, but his mind was a whirlwind. Each step took him farther from Sodom, yet the city still burned in his thoughts. He had been pulled out by force, dragged away from the disaster looming over the valley. He had seen the city's corruption with his own eyes, but his heart still bore the weight of attachment. That was where he had built his life. There remained his friends, his memories, everything he had considered home for so many years. But the home he had known was gone. One of the angels spoke again.